Give me a word, give me a sign. Show me where to look, tell me what will I find? What will I find? Welcome to the show. Lay me on the ground, fly me in the sky. Show me where to look, tell me what will I find? What will I find? Welcome to the show. Whoa, whoa, my heaven, let your light shine down. I said, whoa, 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 my heaven, let your light shine down. Oh, yeah. It's going to be one of those streams, folks. Big Daddy's got a little moonshine. Mm. The moonshine stream. Spread the word. Oh, yeah. Love is in the water. Love is in the air. Show me where to look. Tell me where to love be there. Love be there. Whoa. 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 Heaven, let your light shine down. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. Gonna let the motherfucking light shine on me. All right. Enough of that shit. Let's get started. Just when I get out, they pull me right back in. Yeah, many of you may not be aware, but Big Daddy retired. Like last week, or like my last show, that was my last show ever. Mic drop moment. I was just gonna walk away from it all. I was like, fuck, how could I top this show? But you know, like I said, just when I get out, they pull me right back in. Yeah, every so often we come across these epoch moments in life where it's like everybody in the world is transfixed on this one event that everybody's watching. Everybody's got their eyes on. And well, Big Daddy decided to come back and give his hot take on it. Because as anybody knows, Big Daddy has the most dialed in hot takes when it comes to pop culture, politics, religion, philosophy, anything in life. Like Big Daddy pretty much has the definitive hot take on it. But yes, pulled back out of retirement to come one last rant. Nah, I'll probably be back. Who knows? But yeah, that epoch moment where everybody is looking at it or whatever. Yeah, it's kind of like the OJ trial, but with a turd. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. No justice, no peace. Justice. When will there be justice for Johnny? No. Justice for Johnny. Yes. The trial that has gripped the world by its fucking nutsack and clit all in one. Whatever the troons have, that wound, just got him right by the crotch. Yep. People are transfixed by this thing for some reason. Yep, full-grown men obsessing over the marital troubles of celebutards. This is what we've come to. Yeah, but I got to think, why are people making such a big deal about this? Well, the media is reporting on it, obviously. But I believe it's a microcosm of something much, much bigger. Now you look at this Johnny Depp trial with his woman Amber Heard. You see what's going on with all of that shit. Welcome everybody in the chat, by the way, and anybody on the replay and in between. Welcome to the show. But yes, I have a theory about why one reason why people are so transfixed on all this this Johnny Depp drama, whatever. You just look at that whole situation. You know somebody that has gone through that exact bullshit. A friend, a family member. I mean, Johnny's story has literally been told millions of times over and over again. It just happened. He just happens to be a famous person. That's it. Now, what this is a bigger, what this ultimately is, it's a cautionary tale about why you should never get married in this day and age. Because when you get down to brass tacks, all marriage is, it's a legal document that brings government, courts, and lawyers into your relationship. That's all a marriage is. Nothing more. Nothing more. Oh yeah, it brings religion in there too, you know, you do the ceremony. Government, courts, lawyers, religion. It brings all that shit into your relationship. Huh. What a fucking joke. Yeah, there was a time when marriage was, you know, considered, you know, something sacred. But not anymore. I blame feminism mostly. Feminism killed chivalry. Yep. Let's not kid ourselves, folks. Yeah, Johnny. No justice, no peace. Will there ever be justice for Johnny? Yeah, Johnny, he didn't have his woman in pocket. That's for sure. If he had his woman in pocket, she wouldn't be shitting all over the place. I know that. I imagine my woman, even in my worst days, my woman would never be shitting like a fucking animal in the bed. No, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Fucking Johnny. Just goes to show what a bitch-made beta he is. Bitch-made. Don't you put it break. Yep. Bitch-made. Bitch-made. Poor Johnny. He's probably going to lose, too. The dude mostly loses. But actually, it's a defamation case, come to think of it. But didn't he lose a lot of acting roles and shit? Like he lost work because of all that shit, didn't he? So technically, he might actually win for his defamation suit or whatever, because it actually did cost him, you know? He could prove that. I wonder if his lawyers will even fucking put 2 and 2 together with that. Lawyers are so fucking stupid nowadays. Yeah, what a fucking joke. But yeah, his bitch shitting all over the place, shitting on him like an animal. Fuck, that's hate right there. What do you call it? A dumpy? She gave me a dumpy. Or no, he had a special name for it. I forget what it was called. Bitch made, that's what it's called. Letting your woman shit all over you. Fuck. Oh, that's some good coffee. Coffee and moonshine. Hold on, let me take a little sip of moonshine. I'll chase it with a little coffee. Oh, yeah. This is true country moonshine, too. I may lose my fucking eyesight. It's only cut with a small percent of turpentine. No, not really. Oh, yeah. Takes the edge off. Oh, yeah. Now we're calm. Oh, yeah. Teach me how to speak. Teach me how to share. Teach me where to go. Tell me where love be there. Love be there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wipe my head and let your light shine down. Yeah. Fucking Johnny. Bitch shitting all over him. You know, if that was me, it would have been the other way around. No, I wouldn't be shitting all over her. No. I would have had the bitch trained to shit on command. You see, because she'd have to ask me permission before she goes to the bathroom, you know. And it's not only you know, when can I shit? It's where do I shit, you know. And once you can control a woman's shits, well, then you can weaponize that shit, if you know what I mean. Let's just say you got a neighbor who's fucking with you, giving you some shit, and you want to get him back somehow. Your woman comes to you. Master, I need to take a shit. I'm like, oh yeah, you can take a shit, but you have to go take a shit on the neighbor's front porch. That's where you have to do. All of a sudden, like that, she goes, takes a shit on the neighbor's front porch. Comes home, finds his herd on his front porch. Like, what the fuck? Who the hell is shitting on my front porch? And then she comes again. Master, I need to take a shit. Like, oh yeah, you can take a shit. Go crawl in through the neighbor's bed and go take a shit on his fucking bed. Yeah, crawling through his window, go take a shit on his fucking bed. That's what you do. And she goes and does it. Neighbor comes home and finds some shit in his bed. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, you weaponize the fucking shit. That's what you do. If Johnny had his woman in pocket, nope. Bitch made. Yeah. Shitting all over him. What a fucking joke. You know, women don't have no respect for their men no more. You know? Johnny proved himself to be a beta male in the end. Like most of those Hollywood people. But, well, at least they're having marital troubles out in the open, all this. And he's married to a woman, you know, and it could be worse. Could be one of these other types of Hollywood people. You know, the types that, you know, the Kevin Spacey types, you know what I mean? Yeah, who knows what a lot of those Hollywood people are up to. I bet Johnny's pretty tame compared to a lot of them. Yeah. Weaponize the shits. That's the key. Yep, never get married. Just a fucking legal document that brings government, courts, and lawyers into your relationship. That's all it is. Woman can shit all over you. You lose your fucking career. People will think you're a fucking bitch-made beta now. Like Johnny, he'll never be looked at the same now. All these men are like, oh, I identify with Johnny. My woman was so abusive to me, too. It's like, well, you were bitch-made, too. Men should never be submissive to women. This is the fucking bottom line. If Johnny were a real man, if Johnny were a true alpha, he would not be in this situation. That's the bottom line. Well, because for one, he wouldn't have fucking gotten married. Shit. And if he would have got married, like if he had true red pill awareness, like you could tell he's fucking blue pilled as fuck. Like a true red pill man never would have fucked around with a woman like Amber Heard. They would have seen all the fucking red flags. All of them. Yep. Fucking Johnny. I wonder if there's going to be a movie made about all this. Plays himself in the movie. Audie Murphy style. Yep. Never get married. Especially to a fucking feminist, my God. Yeah, this whole feminist ideology, culture, it just ruined women. Like they took women like Amber Heard and Kim Kardashian and women modeled their lives after those types of fucking those terrible humans when they should have modeled their lives after Amish girls, Mennonites, you know, shit like that. Nope. Yep, feminism was the catalyst for the destruction of Western civilization. It attacked the family unit. Weaken the family unit, destroy it. Government swoop in, consolidate full power and control over everyone. Yep. Seems like and you look at Johnny Depp, I mean, he's basically like the dude that all the women desire or whatever. And he couldn't keep a bitch, you know. Dr. Dre, fucking, he just got divorced. Fucking his fucking old lady took him for millions of dollars. Old Will Smith just made a fucking fool of himself on fucking national on TV in front of fucking billions of people. He'll never be looked at the same. Yeah, boy, you talk about that's going to be a nasty divorce once that one happens. Will Smith. Ooh, shit. Yeah, that's going to happen one day. Just wait for it. That's gonna that's gonna be one of the ugliest divorces in Hollywood history right there when that one happens. Yeah, the one good thing about what Will Smith did, well, Will Smith, there was nothing good about that. I should say the good thing about what Chris Rock did. Like anybody unfamiliar living under a rock, I'm referring to the slap heard around the world. I didn't really comment on that, but yeah, Chris Rock made a real stupid joke, and Will Smith came up and slapped him, and I thought it looked staged as fuck, to be honest. Like you don't swing your left arm upward as you swing your right arm down. That's the physics and motions of it. It's like he's never thrown a fucking swing before in his life. Yeah, and for the record, if Big Daddy were the one smacking Chris Rock, like Chris Rock, he would have been on the fucking ground and he would have been staggered, and his eye would have been, if I didn't bust his eyeball vessel and he didn't have a red eyeball, his eyeball would at least be watering, and his cheek would have cut the inside of his mouth on his fucking teeth and he'd be spitting out blood. At the very least, that's if I hit him in such a way. When Will Smith hit him, Chris Rock acted like he wasn't even phased. He was able to tell the joke and like no tears in his eyes, no spitting out blood or nothing. It just showed how weak Will Smith was, really. But yeah, the best part about that whole thing is that it normalized wife humor, is what it did. Because one thing Big Daddy will do is I will not hesitate to make fun of a dude's wife if I know it's going to trigger him. And now what Chris Rock did is he normalized it. Now I can make fun of anybody's wife. And if anybody tries to pipe up about it and say anything, well, then I can just fucking shoot off at him. Whoa there, I heart cuckabees. Don't go full Will Simp on me now. Acting like a fucking total cuck. And then just fucking just total rake him over the coals, you know? Yep. Anybody knows Big Daddy knows. I'm the most red-pilled motherfucker walking God's green earth. I have no respect for the institution of marriage. And I know most women are trash. I have zero qualms about making fun of a dude's wife. Zero qualms. And Chris Rock made it okay now. Cheers. Simple Jack in the chat. Welcome. Some good coffee. Yeah, Will Smith. There was a time when Will Smith was like in almost every movie back in the 90s and shit like that. And then he became like box office kryptonite. Like then you didn't really see him in anything. Now he's just a laughing stock now. I wonder if Will Smith will have a redemption arc of some sort. Yeah, they should. If they had odds in Vegas, who is more likely to have a redemption arc, Will Smith or Liam Gray of Conquest Comics? Who would have a higher fucking rating? I don't know. I bet. Yeah, I think Liam has a more higher chance at a redemption arc than Will Smith at this point. People listen out there like, what? Maybe about 3 people got that joke. Yeah, black on black violence. Nobody cares. Yeah. It normalized wife humor. That was the good thing about it. Good old Chris Rock. Yeah, he was another guy I haven't seen in years. Like he used to do some like good HBO comedy specials, and then I ain't fucking seen him in forever. But then again, I kind of divorced myself from pop culture after The Last Jedi, so who the fuck knows? Yeah. But yeah, you just look at Johnny Depp, Will Smith. I mean, those guys were at the the height, the peak of their whatever, and even they fucking couldn't keep it together, you know. So what is a regular old dude working a 9 to 5 making, 60 grand a year? How does he fucking stand, you know? Isn't any wonder like nobody's you see marriages just crumbling, falling apart. Nobody's staying married anymore. Everybody's getting divorced. Like 7 out of 1,000 men are getting married now. Yep, single mother culture, feminism, alphabet people bullshit. It's just destroying the human soul is what it's doing. Direct assault upon the family unit. Yep. That's what it's all about. The social engineers want to destroy the family because then it gives them more power and control. But men, it all comes down to men not cucking out. Don't be a Johnny Depp. Don't allow some fucking bitch to, bully you around, shit all over you. No, you should be the one controlling her shits. Master, can I shit? Oh, yeah, you can shit. Go shit outside like a fucking animal, bitch. Yes, master. That's how controlled you should have your woman. Nope. Men don't have their women controlled that way anymore. If a woman told a man to go shit outside, yeah, so whatever, honey, he'd go do that. That's how fucking cucked and whipped men are. Yeah, it's like we're living in the time of Ahab and Jezebel. You see child sacrifice in the form of abortion. Many states are actually passing laws where you can murder the child after it's born. Like in California, I think they're trying to pass some law where up to 7 days after the baby's born, you can still kill it. This is fucking insane. Yeah, a lot of these fuckers do that kind of shit for their devil worshipping bullshit, you know? These states are just trying to attract these fucking Satanists, what they're trying to do. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not fucking joking. Yeah, Colorado is one of those states, just passed a law fucking allowing them to murder the child after it's born outside of the womb. And the governor of Colorado, some gay dude too. some dick sucker signing a goddamn executive order, fucking murder children. There's Virginia, yeah. There's all sorts of states doing it. I think Oklahoma actually passed a law outlawing abortion outright. Like you'd like face up to 10 years in prison, $10,000 fine, shit like that. Yeah, you don't see enough states like Oklahoma stepping up. Yeah, and the American Constitution, it's right there. Right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Right to life. That's right there in the Constitution. Like they're denying the children their constitutional rights and their God-given rights. Like fuck. Like how could the Supreme Court have missed that? Damn it, Raina in the chat. Welcome. Yeah, these motherfuckers, these leftists, they're coming after the children in more ways than one. Vicky Verse in the chat. Welcome. Looks like I've got an active chat for once. Yeah, if anybody's listening, if you got something to say, any questions, just any sort of random comment, feel free to throw it in the chat, because sometimes I could take a random quote or something in the chat and I could parlay that into a 20-minute rant. You never know. You never know with me. I'm sipping on a little shine tonight too, so you never know where the fucking night may take. I mean, we could end up doing a 2 or 3 hour barn burner, or we could cut it loose and end it early. Who knows? Who the fuck knows how we're gonna do it? Oh yeah. Lay me on the ground or fly me in the sky. Show me what I look, tell me what will I find? What will I find? Heaven, let your light shine down. Oh yeah. A little hit of moonshine, chase with a little coffee. There we go. That's country living right there. Yeah, where are we going with this? What was I talking about? Leftists? Yeah. They're doing something crazy here recently. Oh yeah, they were reacting to, well, how should I start this story? I guess I'll start it with explaining the libs of TikTok situation. Now, a lot of people may not be aware of this story. Maybe they are, but I'm gonna give my whole take on this bullshit. Now, there is a TikTok profile called the Libs of TikTok. Now, what it is, all it does is it shows liberals in their own words speaking. And what happened was a lot of this Libs of TikTok shit was teachers talking about how they're grooming children to become alphabet people, basically. And what happened was people saw this, and it ultimately ended up with the Florida governor, Rick DeSantis, enacting legislation that prevented teachers from grooming the children into becoming alphabet people. You know, all the way up until, I think it was 5th grade, 4th grade, something like that. But the basic crux behind the whole law was, hey, let's not groom the children into becoming alphabet people, okay? But anyway, yeah, the left, they fucking went batshit crazy over this, I guess. I mean, batshit crazy. Now, I didn't know this until this whole story popped off, but it turns out the entity known as Disney, well, they have a lot of power in the state of Florida because they have a lot of real estate down there where they run their centers, you know, Disney World, Disneyland, all that bullshit. But I didn't know it, but it turns out Disney is kind of like the Vatican. Like it's its own like little autonomous like whatever where they can write their own laws and legislations and shit. Like completely autonomous of the state of Florida, and is one of the most weirdest things I've ever seen. And they're like completely tax exempt and all that bullshit. And what happened was the left pressured Disney to leverage their power against DeSantis in the state of Florida to not go through with this bill. And basically DeSantis said, fuck you. He signed it anyway. And now he's going to take away Disney's tax exempt status. And they're no longer going to be self-governed or whatever. Like, that's what you fucking people get. God, I love it. Because Disney, they're already fucking evil and woke as fuck. And then seeing them try that power play like that and having it backfire on them. I guess they've lost $50 billion worth of stock just within a matter of days. Like, this is fucking serious shit. Yeah, I fucking love it. That's what you fucking get. That's what you fucking get! Trying to groom the children to become alphabet people. You fucking people are fucking insane! God damn! Yeah, but Disney, they're like offering like some sort of benefits package to their employees to, you know, help their children transition. Like, you know, they'll pay for their surgeries, all this and that. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? It's just so disgusting and gross. And not only that, there's been leaked footage of bigwigs up in Disney, like talking about how they have an agenda where they want half of all of their characters to become alphabet people and pox. Well, you talk about the most just racially derogatory thing a person could be called, a pock, a person of color. And that's what leftists call black people now. You're a pock. You're a person of color. It's like an old school racial term, you know, from like the old 1920s. Yo, colored boy. Wow, there's some colored folks over there. People of color. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. It just sounds like really, really just racist, you know? Like, I'd rather just fucking just straight up call him a ninja, if you know what I mean, in the Risey Lee term, if you know what I mean. Because at least fucking, or call him a coon or a fucking moon cricket or something, you know? I'm like, God damn. Pock, person of color. You fucking soy-based bitch. But yeah, Disney, they want half of all of their fucking characters become fucking, dick suckers, troons, blacks, Mexicans, Muslims, paraplegics, unicorns. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, alphabet people. Fucking crazy. Yeah, it lost $50 billion in stock just in a matter of days. Them pushing back against the governor of Florida and all that shit. Yeah, they're trying to destroy our hero myths, if you know what I mean. Destroying the foundation of one's culture, attacking their hero myths. Yeah, it's only a matter of time till characters like King Arthur, Hercules, they become, gay, trans. Come to think of it, I think they actually did have gay Hercules. He's fucking Wolverine now, I think. Or maybe that's Conan the Barbarian, I forget. Yeah, you watch Excalibur will be replaced with a fucking rainbow dildo. These motherfuckers. But there's a way to fight back. If you're a politician with some degree of power, you could do what the governor of Florida did, actually start fighting back against these fuckers, signing laws that prevent teachers from grooming the children into becoming alphabet people. I mean, goddamn, that's common sense. But you don't see any other Republican governors across the country passing shit like that. No. There are certain common sense laws that need to be passed. But anyway, going back to the libs of TikTok that exposed all of this, just by liberals being liberals, basically. It ultimately culminated in another liberal, like her name was Taylor Lawrence. She was like worked for one of these fucking leftist rags. I think she worked for CNN, New York Times, did the whole circuit. Anyway, she saw this libs of TikTok thing and decided to expose it because she thought it was a psyop, somebody pretending to be liberals just to make them look bad or whatever. So she doxed the libs of TikTok or whatever, and it ultimately ended up backfiring on her terribly. But yeah, it's good to see liberals eat their own. That's always fun. Yeah, these fuckers, their answer to everything is fucking cancel culture. Fucking take away your bank account, put you on the street. They have just dark souls, just evil motherfuckers at their core, really. You don't really see people on the right doing this. No real Republicans, But the thing about Republicans, they're just so fucking weak, just so dickless. Evil thrives when good men sit idle and allow it to happen. There's not enough Rick DeSantis's of the world fighting back against these crazy fuckers. Too many Donald Trumps out there. People that just talk a big game, no action. Boy, speaking of Trump, I hear Elon Musk is buying up Twitter, or he got a majority shareholder or whatever, and Trump might be coming back to Twitter. Maybe we'll see. Who gives a shit, really? But his supporters will love it, really. Like, oh, he's back, Trump. That was the only good thing he ever really did, tweet, because it triggered leftists so badly. That was the only real good thing about him. He can. Nobody could truly trigger a leftist quite like Trump. Yeah, but in the end of the day, he left the world a far, far worse place than what he found it. The left got more dangerous, more radicalized. Deep state got more powerful. The rich got richer, the poor got poorer. Boy, they're talking about running that guy again, too. Jesus Christ. I kind of hope they do, just because I like to see the world burn. But if they really want to put somebody in there that would actually make a difference, they should put DeSantis in there. I mean, just look at what he did to Florida. Fuck. That's probably never going to happen, though. Yeah, everybody knows it's all a facade now. Whoever they want put in power, they'll put them in power. As long as those Dominion voting machines are still operational and as long as they can still do mail-in balloting, it's over. They'll put in whoever the fuck they want to put in. It's over. Bad guys won. All we gotta do is whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Instead of consuming woke alphabet bullshit like that Disney's trying to push, just completely divorce yourself from it. Start consuming older shit or indie shit. There's no reason to consume Hollywood bullshit anymore, if you know what I mean. Yep. Take the power away from them. Yeah, they're trying to destroy our hero myths. Motherfuckers. Trying to groom the children into becoming alphabet people. God damn. Fucking leftists. Yeah, and understand when I'm talking about leftists, I mean leftists. I'm not talking about liberals. There's a vast difference between liberals and leftists, in case you didn't figure it out. You can have a civil conversation with a liberal. You cannot have a civil conversation with a leftist. You have an argument with a leftist. Yeah, there's a vast difference between liberals and leftists. Yeah, a liberal will go on Twitter after a hate crime is committed and virtue signal about it, just so they can get the dopamine rush of feeling like a good person for virtue signaling. A leftist, on the other hand, will be the one who stages the hate crime for the sole purpose of trying to incite a fucking race war and getting on Twitter and virtue signaling about it. There's liberals and then there's leftists. There's a vast difference. Yep. Yeah, this whole alphabet people bullshit, it's becoming so normalized with culture and society that well, I actually have a funny little story about that, about how normalized it's becoming, that it just goes without question nowadays. Now this has to do with this comic that I'm working on behind the scenes. Now I was doing a little research about, if I was to launch a crowdfund or something like that, what kind of shit I could do that people like that for their comics or whatever. One thing that I saw that's pretty popular with these indie comics is like pinups, or just sexy women thrown in there, pictures of them, just shit like that. Calendars, books of just nothing but pinups or whatever. But the whole theme of it being sexy women. And I got to thinking, you know what? I need to add a few more female characters into my book for the sole purpose of, if I do some sort of like a pinup something where I just have a bunch of, I contract an artist just to draw a bunch of, women in sexy poses that I can throw at the end of the book or whatever. Then, I want to be able to have that on the table, so to speak. But I need to have the female characters in the story. So I started looking at the story, and I was thinking, which real minor characters can I basically gender swap into female? And then I saw the perfect character. It was like it was an older butler type character, like an Alfred Jeeves type character that was that worked for another character in the story. He was kind of like a rich dude, and he had like a butler type dude that did all of his little menial tasks for him. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna replace this old butler, and I'm gonna have it be a young, sexy broad with big tits. red hair, throwing a pair of thick glasses, you know, just danger glasses, and just, you know, for the sole purpose of using her in various pinups or whatever, just in case, because it was a real minor character, real something minor to gender swap, you know, nothing major, nothing serious. Anyway, I was doing the script, but one of the pages of script, I still had the character written as an old man, you know, and it came time for me to give my artist the script and then like give him the various reference materials and all that shit. I gave him the reference materials for how I wanted the pantsuit to dress type thing for the female to wear, look, you know, the look and all that, how I wanted her to look. Anyway, I finally get the first page of script back. I look at it and I was like, oh my God, I forgot to switch out to that first page of script with the updated one. And he drew the old man character wearing the fucking pantsuit dress. And I'm like, oh my God. And like, it was just so embarrassing. But that just goes to show how far that we've fallen in society, this alphabet people bullshit. That my artist got it and just, it went without fucking question. Like he didn't email me back to make sure that he wasn't, you know, drawing a trans old man or whatever. It just went without question. He put the old man in the fucking pantsuit dress thing, and it's like, oh my God. And then I had to, you know, email him back like, dude, I fucked up. I gave you an older page of script. I need to give you the updated script. Anyway, I gave him the updated script or whatever. And like, but yeah, it was just a funny little story collaboration there. But yeah, that's how far we've fallen in society. It just went without question. The artist just drew it. It just goes to show how my artist is, you know, he's fucking just does whatever he's told, basically. Yeah, speaking of which, I had my cover artist I just commissioned another piece from him, and this kid, he's up and coming. Like he's just really scratching the surface, starting to get into it. He's like well, his style is kind of like Frank Frazetta meets Hieronymus Bosch, and I'm trying to recruit him to start doing comics for me, but he's never done comics before, and he's kind of hesitant about it. And then I got to thinking, you know what? I could probably train this kid from the ground up to do comics just the way I like, you know, show him, you know, the way I do it, because I do it a little, I don't know how other people do it, but I like to script it out to look exactly the way the panels look, and inside of the panels I'll write the action, what takes place, and then I'll give the artist whatever reference material, and sometimes I got you know, thumbnails of whatever. And but yeah, it's the whole process, you know, because not everybody's process is the same, and I could get him used to my process in the beginning and have him you know, just train him from the ground up. Yeah, I've got the perfect series, something real fucking real surreal, real, you know, just over the top. Just the most over the top fucking shit I can think of, basically. But I need the right artist for it. Somebody capable of pulling off that kind of shit. Yeah, maybe I could train him up. We'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah, good coffee. Wow, shit. We're almost at the halfway mark. Almost. Yeah, maybe we'll take a little break. I do got to go to the bathroom. Maybe we'll put on a little theme music. Take a little break. Be back. Finish off the show. Put on a little Final Fantasy theme for you. Back in a few minutes, folks. Halftime. Oh, yeah. And we're back. Yeah, anytime I say it's only going to be 2 minutes, usually it ends up being about 5 minutes. All right. All right, where the fuck are we going to take the rest of this goddamn fucking show? Let me take another hit of shine. Oh, yeah. Booyah. Put that jar away. I don't want to accidentally spill it. Give me a word, give me a sign. Show me what I look, tell me what will I find? What will I find? Whoa, whoa. Heaven, let your light shine down. Ah. All right. Where the fuck are we going to take the rest of the show? Maybe we'll end it. No. We got to keep going. Till the smoke clear up, till my heart wear out. I'm gonna rip this shit till my lungs collapse. Yeah, I spoke of my comic that I'm doing. Yeah, I'm a real small YouTuber. I pay for my comic out of pocket, third world labor. Now I look at a lot of these other guys, these big time YouTubers that are over there in that whole culture warrior sphere. That I'm talking about, like the whole what they call the fandom menace, the people that whole movement that rose up as a knee-jerk reaction to the Last Jedi, and all of the fucking woke shit that came after it. But the Last Jedi, that was the fucking precursor event to it all. And then from there, you had other movements come along, Comicsgate, etc., etc. Anyway, it was ultimately meant to fight back against the woke bullshit that's being put forward and create an alternative, so to speak. Now, a lot of these guys with really really large YouTube channels that are making like actual money off of YouTube with their ad revenue, not to mention whatever super chats they get. A lot of these guys call themselves culture warriors or whatever, but they're not creating anything. Like, they have the means and the ability to create a comic or whatever, to create something, but instead they complain about the shit. And I've said this before about all things in life. You can do one of three things. You can complain about it, accept it for what it is, or try to change it. And a lot of these people just seem content to simply complain when they have the power to change it. And it's hard for me to respect that shit, if you know what I mean. And one of these guys is just some guy. No, that's literally his name, just some guy. He's a big, well, I won't call him big time YouTuber, but he's got a couple 100,000 subs. JSG, or JSP, as he's being affectionately referred to nowadays. Yeah. Yellow Flash, or Yellow Cuck, as he's affectionately referred to by some. He's another one. Yeah. These guys, just a small microcosm. These big time YouTubers who have the money and the ability to fund the creation of something new, but instead simply choose to complain. Now, just some guy, this guy, I guess he's jumped the metaphorical shark here recently. Yeah, this guy, just some guy, the YouTuber known as Just Some Guy. What a fucking name. It's like, Jesus Christ. Big Daddy. That's got fucking that's got balls to it. Just some guy. This like this real fagala. But the guy is a fucking, well, he's supposedly bisexual, but I doubt he's ever been with a woman. He's probably a bottom, no doubt. Yeah, but just some guy. I guess the canary in the coal mine moment for everyone should have been when he came out and defended cuties. Anybody doesn't know, Netflix came out a while back with some softcore child porn. Basically, it was called Cuties. It was a show. It was kind of everybody had their hot take about it or whatever, and just some guy like defended it. He defended cuties. He was one of the few cuties defenders. But that should have been people's warning moment right there. But anyway, this guy, just some guy, he's gone out of his way to defend pedophiles basically at every fucking turn. Like when the San Francisco Gay Men's Choir came out singing that song about how we're coming for the children, we're going to rape them in the ass, and they're talking about like singing about coming for the children. Like just some guy defended that shit. Yep. And yeah, this is just the tip of the iceberg. But it ultimately culminated with him. Remember I talked about that bill earlier that Ron DeSantis, the Florida governor, signed, like that bill that that doesn't allow teachers to groom the children to become alphabet people, basically. Well, anyway, just some guy, he got really, really triggered by this for some reason, and it began like his like ultimate downfall, because I mean, he is defending the indefensible. I mean, goddamn. And the bigwig over there at Friday Night Tights, the big show that's over there in the fandom manosphere, that's ran by Gary Beekler, the bearded one, the goat looking dude, the goat. Anyway, he's kind of like the godfather of that whole fucking movement, because he's got the biggest show. He controls the most money. I've got a whole fucking rant about him. Like anybody knows me knows my nerdrotic rant, whatever. He's the worst one, But yeah, he came out here recently, and Nerdrotic. That's what Gary Beekler calls himself. His YouTube moniker, Nerdrotic. But one of his things he's famous for is his real, like, he gets this real crazy wild-eyed look, and then he gets all real passive aggressive, and he goes into a passive aggressive rant against whoever. Anyway, he did one against just some guy, and it was pretty funny. Yeah, in his patented passive aggressive way. There are some things that there is no nuance for. There's no nuance to it. And one thing you don't do is you don't go after the children. It's like, yeah. I actually got a little bit of respect for Gary after seeing that. But yeah, you got to. There's an old saying: you got to pick your battles. And just some guy, he chose to die on one of the strangest fucking hills to die on. To defend pedophilia. I mean, goddamn. Yeah, you got to pick your battles. Yeah, but this is just a microcosm of that whole fucking whatever, that whole grift, outrage grift bullshit that goes on with certain people. Like just some guy, like he could do what I do, like take his money and fund third world labor. He's got enough to even pay first world labor to make a comic, or fund an independent film, or just anything to create some sort of alternative to what woke Hollywood is putting out. And once enough people collectively do it, then you create an entire new culture of shit, But it won't happen as long as they continue the outrage culture grift. They're just making too much money off of it, making too much money from the YouTube algorithms, making too much money, off of that ad revenue, making too much money from their super chats from their weird mentally ill fans. Oh yeah, they did destroy my favorite franchise. You're right. It is woke. Like, yes, we all know that. Yellow Flash, he's another one of these guys. Fucking, over 100,000 sub count. Has more than enough money to make his own comic, but doesn't. He just gets drunk and rants and raves about Disney bullshit. I saw him bragging the other day about, I haven't watched a single episode of Moon Knight. Big Daddy doesn't even know what the fuck Moon Knight is. That's the difference between you and me, Yellow Cuck. You can brag about not watching an episode of Moon Knight. I don't even know what the fuck Moon Knight even is. Yeah. Once you get on that level, yeah. You're never going to be on that fucking level, though. Never going to be on that level. You're going to sip your fucking cheap whatever the fuck. Talking about Frostering. Want to be your fan. Big Daddy sipping his fucking moonshine. Making his comic. Fighting back in his own special way. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, that's good coffee. Yellow Cock! Bumba, bumba, Yellow Cock. Oh, Yellow Flesh has a book. He just hasn't launched it yet. Joe Ball is his artist. Oh, yeah. The guy has enough money to afford whoever he wants to, but he gets Joe Ball to be his artist. There you go. There's the business sense of that guy for you. Yeah, I've said this before. If I had that kind of money, I'd hire manga artists and just do manga. Have 3 different teams of artists all working on the same series, different chapters and shit. That way it's always coming out. Yeah. Yellow Flash. What a fucking joke. Yeah, but the biggest joke of them all, I talked about him, Gary Beekler, Nerdrotic. Because that motherfucker, he's got the biggest show. He's pulling in the most fucking money. Gets thousands of dollars just from super chat monies alone. Like, this guy could have got a fucking comic up off the ground a long time ago. Not just that. I've had this whole rant about Nerdrotic. I said this fucking shit a couple years ago. Like, he had the ability to become Marvel, DC, Diamond, and a comic shop all rolled into one, basically. Like, he could have been like the new Stan Lee of his time if he wanted it. Like, that mantle is there for the taking. He could still take it if he truly wanted to. But he's got to evolve his game beyond the simple, sitting around chuckle fuck super chat grift that they got going on over there with the Friday Night Tights crew. He's actually got to parlay all that into something substantive that could be looked back 100 years from now, Yeah, one way he could have done that is, like I said, he could fund his own comics. That could be one thing. But he could open himself up as a vessel to have them flow through, Like I said, he could become the Roger Corman of comics. Like, you come to him with your script, he takes a look at it. If it's good enough, he'll fund the rest of the comic to be created. He releases it, he markets it, he sells it through his website. He fucking takes a cut off the top. And then, he starts attracting more high-profile creators, and next thing you know, it's like a fucking freight train rolling. But, chuckle fuck outrage grift. Super chats. Super chat. Yeah. Yeah, Yellow Flash, you could tell that guy's not a very intelligent dude. That guy, he's not a very smart man. Hiring Joe fucking Ball. What a fucking joke. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't imagine hiring anybody but foreign labor. Trying to pay an artist in this day and age, Western artist page rates, like, oh shit, are you fucking kidding me? Bankrupt my ass. I'd never be able to create my comic if I had to pay Western page rates. Third world labor. What you do is you look at the exchange rate, what the currency of the country, whatever your artist is, and how that currency translates to your currency, and you can negotiate yourself a very favorable pay rate, page rate. Yeah, I always stick with countries that use the peso, for instance, because the peso has a very, very favorable exchange rate with the dollar. Yeah, there's an old saying, if you need a house built, hire some Mexicans. You need a comic built, hire some Filipinos. Yeah, Filipinos, they're the Mexican of Asia, if you didn't know that. Yeah, the same thing the Spaniards did over there, where they killed all the fucking natives and raped them and created the Mexican race. That's kind of what they did over there in the Philippines. Killed the men, raped the women, created the Filipino, usher in Catholicism. Limes, Dad. Yellow Flash could have hired somebody in prison better than Joe Ball. Yeah. He could have hired a true Mexican. Yes, the thing about that whole sphere, that comic skate sphere, the level of nepotism is just so sickening. Like Joe Ball, he's one of those comic skate people. He does books for comic skate to the core. So I'm sure Yellow Flash, like, I'm gonna get this guy because he's a comic skate guy or whatever. Like, you're not thinking like a businessman. You're thinking like a cultist. Fucking stupid piece of shit. But what can you do? What can you fucking do? Drunkie's a wet brain. I'm a wet brain. I watch too much Disney. Walking off to Frostlerin and Vicky pictures. Yeah, you talk about a pathetic fuck. almost as pathetic as old Matthew Lewis, the dude that calls himself that umbrella guy. Tug. Well, you talk about a fucking mockery of a man. Whew. Anybody knows who this guy Tug is? Old mailbox Tug. Oh, Jesus. Old Tugger nuts, what I call him. What a fucking joke. Although I will give Tug credit. He actually did a comic. He's one of these YouTubers that has, several 100,000 subs, and he actually used his power for good, and he created a comic. Only problem is his comic well, let's just say I would rather be caught dead with Starlight Cats than with whatever the fuck comic Tug made. Let's put it that way. The Littlest Umbrella Girl. That's what it's called. Enough said. But yeah, old Tugger nuts. He recently launched another campaign, The Littlest Umbrella Girl 2. But, yeah, this is one of those. He made quite a bit of money too. I guess full-grown men out there in that comic skate sphere are really interested in the Littlest Umbrella Girl. Well, I mean, Slick Jimmy, he was popular in comic skate too. Who the fuck are we kidding? Yeah. I keyed. Yeah, don't get all JSP on me. Yeah, I know how sensitive those people are. Bunch of fucking sandy vaginas, that's for sure. But yeah, old Tugger nuts. This guy making his comic, The Littlest Umbrella Girl. I'll give him credit. At least he tried. At least he fucking tried. Like, I don't know how you're fighting the culture war, doing something like that though. But he's making a little bit of money. Yeah, old Tug. I guess he really latched into the old Johnny Depp Amber Heard grift real hard. Like he basically turned his whole channel into Amber Heard Johnny Depp coverage. Justice for Johnny! Justice for Johnny! I heard him bragging about how he has 30% female audience too. I have 30% female audience. It's like, dude, all you do is talk about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Like the bigger thing is, like, how in the fuck is your audience 70% male? That's the big fucking question. Like, does that mean 70% of your male audience are really invested in the marital troubles of celebutards? Is that what you're fucking telling me? You fucking yeah. You can look at these guys and Gary Beekler, Nerdrotic, on every Friday they get a whole bunch of them together. They call it Friday Night Tights. And he gets all of these losers from YouTube, these fucking zeros together, and they all start streaming, and they all start like crying and complaining about what Disney did to their beloved franchises and shit. And all of them have enough fucking, just they're all pulling enough ad revenue through their YouTube channels alone to get a fucking comic off the ground, basically. Like here I am, like basically dude living out in the fucking forests, sipping moonshine, and even I'm still able to get a fucking comic off the ground. Like, what are these fuckers' excuse? That's what I'm saying. This whole outrage grift bullshit. It's all fake bullshit. They don't care about whatever. The only thing they care about is the inanimate rectangular paper, the money. Money. That's the only thing they really fucking care about. Bunch of zeros. Yeah, I remember one of the guys on the Friday Night Tights. He calls himself Az. He's this fucking bald, effeminate Brit. He talks like this, and he plays with toys, and he plays video games, and he's in his 40s and probably has never felt a woman's touch. Az. Yeah, but anyway, this guy, he was actually called a zero once by Ethan Van Sciver, the titular head of the Comicsgate movement. Like he was joking around. I think he was high on marijuana candies once and called him a zero. And this Az guy, he got all butthurt about it, and to this day, like he's still fucking all pissed off. It's like, dude, you are a fucking zero. You are a fucking zero. Full grown man. Fucking complaining about Catwoman. Complaining about fucking what they're doing to your goddamn World of Warcraft. Complaining about what Disney's doing to Star Wars. Like, you shouldn't be fucking watching all that shit. You should be creating your own shit. That's the bottom line. A guy like Az shouldn't be fucking around watching Batwoman or Captain Marvel or nothing like that. He should be fucking grinding out scripts and fucking paying artists to get that shit done. That's what he should be doing. But no, he's making too much money from the outrage grift. You know, he's just one of the many of those fucking idiots you see on that stupid Friday night whatever show. Friday Night Tights. The whole thing that's run by Gary Beekler. The guy that I said could have, he could still do it. He could become the new Stan Lee of his time. But yeah, Ethan Van Sciver, the guy that who called Az a zero, whatever. I saw a goddamn YouTube poll. And the poll said, who is your favorite pop culture and political commentator? And it had Eric July, Nerdrotic, Ethan Van Sciver, Doomcock, I think. I think Ethan Van Sciver barely won the whole thing. Like, when it comes to pop culture, politics, that kind of shit, like nobody's got the more definitive hot takes than Big Daddy. I've said this before. Ethan Van Sciver, he's not dollar store Big Daddy. He's roadside Mexican tchotchkes version of Big Daddy. And this fucker, they think he's, the best pop culture political commentator, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, all those fuckers are a fucking joke. Doom cunt. Remember Doom cunt? Like every week was, oh, Kathleen Kennedy is gonna lose her job. Blah, blah, blah. Did Kathleen Kennedy ever lose her job? No. No, she didn't. All they did was extend her fucking contract. Yeah, Doom cunt lost all credibility. Like, boy, he lived off of the fucking Jedi Paxis leaks from Reddit for how long? Yeah, he took some leaks from Reddit from somebody called Jedi Paxis. I fucking read the Jedi Paxis leaks where it talked about, this when the Rise of Skywalker script came out. And then Doomcock took that fucking the Reddit shit, and then from there, that's where his whole like myth blew up or whatever, and people thought he had inside knowledge and shit. No, he's fucking charlatan. But he parlayed that grift for a while. I mean, he still got quite a bit of an audience, but he's another one of these people that, he could make a comic if he truly wanted to, but he doesn't. They only care about the money. They don't truly care about their hero myths being destroyed. That, or they're just completely just creatively bankrupt and have no business sense. It's always a thing too, I guess. But what can you do? When I find myself in times of trouble, and Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Just gotta let it be. Whisper words of wisdom and let it be. Because what can you do? You can fight back in your own special way, I guess. The way I do it is, make comics. That's what I do. Make live streams. Make music. I'm creating a different whatever, that somebody else can look at instead of Hollywood bullshit, And if more people like me came along and did our own thing, start creating more, then a whole new culture would rise. Completely autonomous of the woke pedo wood alphabet people fucking groomer bullshit. If you know what I mean. Yeah, so in many ways, these guys like Just Some Guy, Yellow Cuck, Tugger Nuts, old Gary Beekler and his Friday Night Tights Losers, Zeros, Doom Skunt, EVS. In a way, all those guys, in a way, they do way more harm than good. Like they're way more dangerous than entities like Disney. Because what they ultimately do is they socially engineer their audiences to become weak, ignorant, and hateful. Yep. They sow the seeds of weakness, ignorance, and hate into the souls of their audience. That's what they do. So in many ways, they are actually far worse than entities like Disney. But what can you do? Super chat money. Hey! Their love of the super chat monies is greater than the love of their pop culture. This is reality. That's fucking reality. And I speak the truth, and you know it. Absolutely no reason why none of those fuckers shouldn't be creating something. It doesn't have to be comics. It could be an independent film, funding the creation of a video game. It could be something, anything. Funding a new Broadway play. I don't know. Yeah. Fuck. Maybe we'll end the show. I'm trying to think of what else to rant and rave about. Pulled out of retirement. You had to rant about Johnny a little bit. Justice for Johnny. Had to talk about Will Simp a little bit. Yep. Good old Chris Rock, normalized wife humor. Yeah, both those situations just shows a man one thing: never get married. Never fucking get married. Legal document that brings government, courts, and lawyers into your relationship. That's what it is, basically. In its most basic form. And there's a brief period there where you got religion involved too, because you got the priest that marries you. So you bring government, courts, lawyers, and religion into your relationship. And people still do that shit. Yeah, if Johnny would have got married to a good Amish girl, that shit wouldn't happen. Fuck no. He wouldn't be getting divorced. She wouldn't be shitting on his bed. Guaranteed. Yeah, in this day and age, if you can't find yourself a good Amish girl, you gotta go overseas somewhere, one of these Southeast Asian countries that hasn't been ravaged by feminism. Go find a nice submissive bride over there. Go to one of those really uninhabited islands that only have aboriginals on them, or as the Aussies call them, abos. Go to Abo Island, capture a couple, be another way. Whatever you do, if you go to Abo Island and you capture a couple of abos and you bring them back to America, whatever you do, don't allow them to be around other Western women, and don't allow them exposure to any sort of television screens or any screen, period. You know, smartphone screen, whatever. Because if they get around Western women and start getting exposed to Western culture, it'll destroy them. It always does. You basically got to go full M. Night Shyamalan The Village, you know, taking them out fucking off grid and just, you know, let them think that this is the way it is. Not let them know about anything else. You know, go down to the most remote village somewhere in most remote regions somewhere. Go get some oxen, some cattle, some pigs, some chickens. Go take it to a village. See if you can do a barter. Have it be a dowry. Get yourself a nice bush bitch. Like, this is about your only fucking option. Because if you decide to marry a modern Western woman, well, I mean, you look at shit. Johnny Depp himself couldn't even keep a woman, shitting all in his bed. Yep. If Johnny can't keep a woman, what makes you think you can keep yours? I mean, shit. Yeah, you want to know one of the biggest black flags there is with a woman? If she's been to a 4-year college, 4-year university, anything like that. Because if she's been to a 4-year college, she has a 90% chance of divorcing you. I'm not fucking joking. That's how high the divorce rate is with women who've been to college. 90%. Yeah, it's like well, it's like playing Russian roulette. 5 bullets loaded in the chamber, basically. Yeah, but some men still take that chance. Well, I guess you got to, basically, or else humanity dies off, you know. But women will always figure out a way, you know. Single mother culture, it's on the rise. It's because men aren't being men anymore. Like, if men acted more stronger, then women wouldn't be forsaking them, you know. Choosing the government to to be their rock and provider rather than a man, you know? This is what one of the things they did during the civil rights movement when they passed all that legislation. What they basically did was they replaced man with government, and it destroyed the inner city black families, and just reverberated, and you see the fucking results of today. And that same tactic is being applied to the white family. Your average white woman is fucking, you know, replaced man with government, the same way a black woman did. Yep. But still, people still get married though. Yeah, it's all about knowing the black flags to look for. Sometimes you can work with a red flag, but it's the black flags you just can't work with. Been to a 4-year university, black flag. Yep. Johnny Depp, Will Smith, Dr. Dre, they couldn't even keep their fucking women. These guys are like millionaires, actors, famous musicians and shit. Feminism is what happens. The ideological personification of the Jezebel spirit. Women started idolizing people like Kim Kardashian when they should have been idolizing Amish girls. Yep, we're fucked. It's gonna, well, you see it, people fighting back against it in certain areas. Big Daddy's fighting back against it in his own special way. Yep. More people need to fight back. All of these bread tubers out there that are doing their supposed culture warriors or whatever. There ain't no reason for them not to fund the creation of something else. Yep. But they don't. But perhaps they will one day. Maybe one of them is listening to me right now. It's like, you know what? Big Daddy's right. I will create a comic. And he goes and creates one. Probably not, but you never know. Oh, yeah. We call them strong, those who can face this world alone, who seem to get by on their own, those who will never take the fall. We call them weak, who are unable to resist the slightest chance love might exist, and for that forsake it all. They're so hell-bent upon giving and walking a wire, convinced it's not living if you're standing outside the fire. We call them cool, those hearts that have no scars to show, the ones that never do let go and risk the tables being turned. We call them fools who have to dance within the flames, who chance the sorrow and the shame that always comes with getting burned. But you got to be tough when consumed by desire, 'cause it's not enough just to stand outside the fire. Standing outside the fire, standing outside the fire. Life is not tried, it is merely survived if you're standing outside the fire. You're standing outside the fire. You're standing outside the fire. Life is not tried, it is merely survived if you're standing outside the fire. You're standing outside the fire. You're standing outside the fire. Life is not tried if it's merely survived if you're standing outside the fire. Let's hope I don't hear from the Garth Brooks legal team on that one. I hear they're very litigious. So I had to give a little remixed version. Yep. You can stand outside the fire and not get burned. Play it safe. Or you can jump right in that fire and take a chance, take a chance on getting Johnny Depp. But every so often, love finds a way to thrive and survive. The other day in town, I saw an old couple. They were probably in their 70s, walking into the store, and they were still holding hands. Like, fuck. Like, we went from a generation of hand-holding to hookups, just like that. I blame feminism. Yep, love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire. The taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. And I fell for you like a child. Oh, but the fire went wild. And I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire. Burning ring of fire. Little Johnny Cash for you. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and end the show. Good time to end it. Thanks for coming out, y'all. Wouldn't that be gonna smoke them bowls? Just peg me a fat green bun and I will smoke it all right. I wet that China ice and the savoir faire. The one in the whole universe could never compare. Oh yeah, I am yours now and you are mine and too. Together we'll laugh through all space and time. No, don't cry. Come day, your daddy will die.